Good evening, everybody. Once again, welcome back to this lesson. I hope that you will enjoy today's session. We have already finished up to line number 100 of Act number 4, Scene number 1. So let me continue without any delay. Duke, upon my power, I may dismiss this court, unless Salerio, a learned doctor whom I have sent for to determine this, come here today. Now, Duke is talking about the doctor Salerio. He was going to be the part of this trial session. She was going to come and do the interrogation and do the judgment process, helping the Duke to take the decision. Whom I have sent for means he is telling that he had called the Duke to determine this. This means this case between Antonio and Shylock. Come here today. Now Salerio is saying, my lord, here stays without. Here stays without. Without means outside. Outside. A messenger with. So my lord here stays without a messenger with letters from the doctor new come from Padua or Padua. Just come. New come means just come from Padua. Duke, bring us here, bring us the letter. Call the messenger. Now Bassanio. Good cheer, Antonio. Bassanio is trying to cheer up Antonio because Antonio was really, he was going to die. Most likely he was going to die. So he was very depressed and sad looking. So Bassanio is telling, good cheers, Antonio. Cheer up, Antonio. Take heart, Antonio. What man? Okay, what man? Courage yet. Means he was trying to cheer him up. The Jew shall have my flesh. Okay, what man? Courage yet. The Jew shall have my flesh, blood, bones and all. Thou shalt lose for me one drop of blood. So Bassanio, being a friend, he was trying to console his friend, best friend, Antonio, to tell him that he was ready to shed his own blood, own flesh for the sake of his friend Antonio. Now Antonio is telling, I am a tainted feather. Tainted means diseased sheep. Tainted, T-A-I-N-T-E-D, tainted feather means diseased sheep. Sinful or sickful or diseased sheep of the flock. Meetest for death means I am almost sick, I am almost dying, so let me die. Okay, meetest for death. Meetest means fittest for death. The weakest kind of fruit drops earliest to the ground, and so let me. So he's comparing himself with the weakest fruit. I mean the weakest here, since the most ripe fruits from the tree, it drops first, it drops earliest to the ground, and so let me. You cannot better be employed, okay? You cannot better be employed, Bassanio, than to leave still and write my epitaph. Now he is telling Bassanio that it is better that you live longer than me, and what will you do? You will write on my epitaph saying that what I have done for you. So he is telling Bassanio that you must live longer than me because you are younger and I am weaker, I am fittest for death. So you cannot better be employed. Means if you live longer than me, that is better being employed on this planet, Bassanio, than to live still and write mine epitaph. Epitaph means writing on the tomb. So he wants Bassanio to write on his tomb about his death and about his sacrifice for his friend Bassanio. Enter Nerissa, dressed like a lawyer's clerk. Nerissa is entering. She is dressed up. She is in disguise of a lawyer's clerk. Duke, come you from Padua, from Salerio? From both, my lord. Bellario greets your grace, presents a letter. Means Bellario has sent you his greetings to you. Here is the letter. So he, she, or he, what is actually now here, it will be he, presents the letter. Actually, she is dressed like a man, like a clerk. So I'm telling he, Bassanio, why dost thou wet? Now Bassanio is telling, why dost thou whet thy knife so eagerly, so earnestly? Means Bassanio is asking Shylock, why was he sharpening his knife very, very eagerly? Now Shylock is replying very cruelly, to cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there. Now who is there? Antonio. Forfeiture from there. To cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there, means he was ready to cut the flesh and he has gone bankrupt. Means when you do not have any money, you go bankrupt. Means you have nothing to repay, right? So when you are bankrupt, you do not have any money left with you. So Shylock is telling to cut the forfeiture from that bankrupt there. Gratiano, not on thy soul but on thy heart, not on thy soul but on thy soul, harsh Jew. Now he was sharpening. Now it is a very better sharpen your knife on your heart than on the sole of your shoes. Now Gratiano is another friend of Antonio and Bassanio. He is saying, not on thy soul. Here, this soul means the heart. Not on thy, this soul means the sole of the shoe. But on thy soul, this soul means the heart. Harsh Jew. So he's telling you better sharpen your knife on your hard heart than on the sole of your shoes. So it's better that you do that. So Gratiano was very aggressive in his remark and in his conversation with Shylock. Thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can, no, not the hangman's axe, bear the half keenness of thy sharp envy. Okay, can no prayers pierce thee? Now Gratiano is telling that thou makest thy knife keen, keen means here sharp, but no metal can, no, not the hangman's axe. Hangman means executioner, means the persons, those who are in charge of hanging the people, the criminals, those who are convicted, those who are proved and maybe given death sentence, they are called hangmans. So their axe, executioner axe. So your envy is sharper than the executioner axe. Okay, bear knife. Okay, now here, thou makest thy knife keen, but no metal can, no, not the hangman's axe, bear half keenness, means the axe is not as half keen, keen means here sharp, as the axe of hangman. Of thy sharp envy, your envy is sharper than the axe of the hangman. Can no prayer pierce thee? Pierce means touch your heart. Can no prayers means everybody is requesting you to show mercy to this man and you are not showing any. So pierce means here touch your heart. Shylock, no, none that thou hast wit enough to make, means you do not have enough. No word that your wisdom can devise will ever soften my heart. So Shylock is very cruel in his dealing with everybody in the sin, right? Now Gratiano, he comes forward. Oh, be thou damned. Now he is trying to curse him. Be thou damned, inexecrable dog. Now too wicked to be cursed. Now inexecrable, inexcrable, inexecrable dog means here too wicked to be cursed dog, means you are so wicked that you should not be cursed, means you are very, very wicked. So, oh, be thou damned inexorable dog, and for thy life let justice be accused. For thy life let justice, for allowing you to live so long, justice itself should be blamed. And for thy life let justice be accused, because you are alive. You should have been dead by this time, but we should blame justice because you are still alive. Thou almost makest me waver in my faith in Christianity. Actually, it means that means your behavior, your attitude is making me disbelieve in Christianity. It is faltering. To hold opinion with Pythagoras. Pythagoras is a Greek philosopher who had this idea that after the death, the souls of the animals enter the bodies of the human beings, certain men. Now here, Gratiano is trying to, you can call it allusion. Gratiano is trying to give this allusion of Pythagoras, Greek philosopher, that he told that when the animals die, their souls get into the bodies of human beings. Now, Gratiano wants to tell that the what is called soul of some beast, the animal, cruel animal, might have got into the heart of Shylock, right? To hold opinion with Pythagoras that souls of animal infuse themselves. Infuse means enter or put themselves into the trunks of men. Trunk means the body of men. Thy courage spirits, thy brutal spirit. Brutal means just like animal spirit. Govern a wolf. Govern means dwelt in. Govern a wolf means your spirit once upon a time lived in a wolf who hanged for human slaughter. That wolf was hanged for killing human. Slaughter means killing. Even from the gallows did his fell soul sweat. Even from gallows. Gallows means the structure from which the people are hanged till death. Actually punished. Hanging the people from the gallows. So gallows means the structure, the frame from which the people, those who are convicted, those who are proved convicted and accused and proved convicted, then they are hanged. So Gratiano is talking about the wolf who was hanged from the gallows because of the human slaughter. Did his fell soul means wicked soul, fled means here AFLW, fled means moved away, means here went to. And whilst thou layest in thy unhallowed dam, means when you were in the womb of your mother, when thou means you, layest means you were in the womb of thy means your unhallowed dam. Unhallowed means unholy, dam means mother. Infused means put itself in thee means in you, means the soul of that wolf has got into your body. For thy desires are wolfish, because your desires are just like the wolf, very cruel, bloody, starved and ravenous. Ravenous means hungry and ferocious. So this is the dialogue of Gratiano. He is trying to criticize Shylock in a very vehement manner, trying to make him understand that he was very cruel. Now Shylock is telling, till thou canst rail the sail from off my bond. Shylock is very clever. He is not going to falter. He said, no, your argument can never falter my decision, change my decision, remove my decisions from the bond. Thou but offendest thy lungs to speak so loud. You are hurting your lungs by speaking so loud. And repair the wit. You take care of your intelligence, good youth, or it will fall to cureless ruin. Means if you are not taking care of your intelligence and wit, there will be a time when you cannot repair your wit. You cannot change it again. I stand here for law. And what was the law? I want my forfeiture, the bond. Duke. This letter from Bellario doth commend means recommend, a young and learned doctor to our court. Where is he? Nerissa. He attendeth here hard by, means he is waiting nearby. He attended here hard by. Hard by means he is close by, right? To know your answer whether you will admit him. Now Duke gladly says, with all my heart, means most gladly I will welcome the doctor. Okay, some 3 or 4 of you go, give him courteous conduct to this place. Means you go and escort, 3 or 4 of you go out and bring him inside with respect. Meantime the court shall hear Bellario's letter. What is the letter of Bellario? Now he reads, your grace shall understand that at the receipt of your letter I am very sick. Now Bellario is writing that your grace refers to the Duke, shall understand, the Duke shall understand that when I received your letter I was very sick. But in the instant that my messenger, your messenger, but in the instant that your messenger came in, loving visitation was with me, a young doctor of Rome. Means when your messenger came with your letter or information to call me, okay, in the loving visitation means very glad, in the loving visitation was with me a young doctor. At that time there was a young doctor from Rome with me. His name is Balthazar. Actually here Balthazar is Portia. She will dress like Balthazar, Dr. Balthazar. Actually, she will proceed in the trial. I acquainted him with the cause in controversy. I told him, I informed him everything about the case. Him with the cause in controversy. In controversy means in dispute. Okay, in the trial between the Jew and Antonio, the merchant. We turned over many books together. That means he is telling that we read a lot of books about ins and outs of this case and complications of this case together, and he is furnished with my opinion, means he is also provided with my opinion, which bettered with his own learning, which is better improved by his own learning. He is also a learned man. The greatness whereof I cannot enough commend, means he is so great that I cannot praise him anymore. Praise him anymore. So the greatness whereof I cannot enough commend comes with him at my importunity. Importunity means here he has come because of my earnest request to him. Importunity means my earnest request. I told him, since I am sick, I won't be able to go. You please go and see the case. So, comes with him at my importunity, right? Importunity means earnest request. To fill up your grace's request means you had requested me to come here in my stead, in my place, in place of me. I beseech means I request you, let his lack of years means he's very young, be no impediment, be no obstacle. Impediment means obstacle, 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 to let him lack a reverend estimation. Means since he is very young, nobody should think that he is not as respectful or as learned as he should be. So everybody should pay him respect, okay? Reverend estimation means respectful consideration. For I never knew so young a body, means I have never seen so young a body with so old a head. Means his head is so matured, though his body is very young, okay? So I leave him to your gracious acceptance, whose trial shall better publish his commendation. Means I am leaving him in your acceptance, whose trial means he will proceed this trial and he will prove his worth by his act and deeds. Okay, show him worthy by his practice and trial. Now enter Portia. So in the letter, Portia was praised a lot. Now Portia is here Balthazar, right? Now as Balthazar, she is fighting the case. Enter Portia dressed like a doctor of laws. Duke, you hear the learned Bellario, what he writes. Duke is telling the courtiers, you hear the learned Bellario, what he writes, and here I take it is the doctor. I take it, and here I take it, I suppose, is the doctor. He, at that very moment, Portia was entering in disguise of Balthazar. Okay, give me your hand. Come you from Bellario? I did, my lord. You are welcome. Take your place. Are you acquainted with the difference? Are you acquainted means are you informed with the difference means the dispute that holds this present questions in the court means today we are in the proceeding of this trial session. So are you aware of the ins and outs of the dispute? Portia, I am informed thoroughly of the cause, which is of the cause. Now he is asking, which is the merchant here and which is the Jew? Now Antonio comes. Antonio and old Shylock both stand forth means come forward. Portia, is your name Shylock? Shylock is my name. Portia, of a strange nature is the suit you follow means the law you are okay. Of a strange nature is the suit you follow means the law suit you are engaged in means the case taking a pound of flesh from somebody's bosom is very, very strange. That's what Portia is trying to mean. Of a strange nature is the suit you follow, yet in such rule that the Venetian law cannot impugn you as you do proceed. Means though your case is very, very strange, people will be very surprised to know the case, but according to the law of Venice, you are bound to get the justice. Nobody will oppose. To Antonio, you stand within his danger. Do you know? Do you not? So he says, do you confess the bond? Portia, I do. Then must the Jew be merciful? Now Portia is asking the Jew to be merciful. Now Shylock gets very annoyed and angry. On what compulsion must I? On what compulsion? What is so demanding that I have to be merciful? Tell me that. Portia, now this is very important, children. Please read this part. I have taken a lot of time to write these notes here and there. So make sure that you learn this part if needed by heart, because it might come in the examination. It comes many times for the explanation from this part. Now this is very famous dialogue of Portia. The quality of mercy is not strained. Kindness, you cannot force somebody to be kind. It comes automatically, spontaneous. It droppeth as gentle rain from heaven. Means it comes, it drops just like the rain. Nobody forces rain. Rain drops on its own upon the place beneath. Okay? It is twice blessed. How it is twice? It means mercy is twice blessed. It is doubly blessed. How? It blesseth him that gives, means whoever is giving the mercy, he is blessed, and that takes, and whoever is taking. Now here, blessed both Antonio and Shylock, because if Shylock gives the mercy to Antonio, Shylock is blessed as well as Antonio. That is what she wants to mean. It's mightiest in the mightiest. It's mightiest in the mightiest means it is very, very strong and powerful. How? It is most magnificent in those who are most highly placed in the life. It is mightiest in the mightiest, means it is more powerful than the most powerful. It becomes the thorn monarch better than his crown. What is the meaning? It adorns a king more than the crown he wears. Means it bettered. Now please write. It becomes the thorn monarch. Thorn means the monarch who is on the throne of the monarch or king. Better than his crown means the crown which is the symbol of power of the king. But mercy is more powerful than the crown of the king. That's what she wants to mean. It becomes the thorned monarch or thorned monarch better than his crown. His scepter means the rod, okay, the decorated rod that the king holds in his hands in the throne. So he is telling his scepter shows the force of temporal power, means that rod of ruling, that shows the temporal power. The attribute of awe and majesty means that rod shows the attribute, means the quality of awe. Awe means fear and majesty means the royalty. It shows royalty and the power. Wherein doth sit the dread and fear of kings. Means here, if you look at this scepter, you will be scared. You will be afraid of the king. But mercy is above the sceptered sway, rule of the king. Sceptered sway means, but if you are talking about mercy, mercy is much more than that rod, decorated rod which the king holds in his hands while ruling. So, but mercy is above his sceptered sway. It is enthroned in the heart of king, meant it is placed, it is imprinted in the heart of the king, right? So, the scepter of the king is the symbol of earthly power. It is meant to give rise to the feeling of awe and respectful fear. It is an emblem of the majesty of the king, nothing more. But mercy is something more than that. Okay? It is imprinted, or it is there inside the heart of the king. So she wants to say that mercy is more powerful than the rod of the king which the king holds in his hands to rule. It is an attribute to God himself. It is means mercy is an attribute. It is attribute means the quality of the God himself. God himself. And earthly power doth then show like God. Means therefore the earthly power of the king looks most like divine power when this king softens the rigor of justice by mixing it with mercy. Now, the earthly power doth then show like his God. Means earthly power. What is earthly power? The power of the king. No? He is ruling the people. That is earthly power. That looks like God's power, like God's. When mercy seasons justice, means when mercy is seasoned with justice, means when mercy is mixing with justice. So justice and mercy, if they mix together, then it becomes godly. So it is not cruel. Right? This is what. Therefore, the earthly power of the king looks most like divine power when this king's softness, when the king softens, softens the rigor of justice by mixing it with mercy. Next, therefore Jew, though justice be thy play, now Portia is telling the Jew, though justice is thy plea, you will pray for justice, consider this. What? Consider this. This means what? Mercy. That in the course of justice, none of us should see salvation. This should see salvation is alliteration, figure of speech. Now, he is telling that, so in this way, so Shylock, do please think of this when you insist on strict justice, that if we were to be strictly judged by God, none of us would get salvation from him. Means, if you are seeking justice in this way, you will not get salvation. Shylock and Antonio, none of them will get the salvation. Salvation means when you get, freedom from all the sins and all, you get salvation. No, we do pray for mercy. We do pray for mercy, and that same prayer doth teach us all to render the deeds of mercy. Means we always pray to God, please have mercy on us. But when it comes to our part, we never render, we never show that deeds of mercy. I have spoke thus much to mitigate the justice of thy plea. I am speaking to you, I am telling you all these things just to mitigate, to soften your justice for thy plea. You are right from your point of view, but you try to mitigate the harshness, the cruelty that is mixed up with the plea, which if thou follow this strict court of Venice must need give sentence against the merchant there. Means if you are still adamant to follow that, the court of Venice will definitely punish this merchant. There is no doubt about it. Now Shylock said, now children, I think we should stop here because it's almost 100 lines again according to my theory. So I think you understood this. Please read this part, Portia's dialogue. It is very, very important and it comes in the examination in explanation part. And if you have still any doubt, you can ask me in the comment box. So children, I will stop here. It is 202 line number and I will carry forward in the next class. Okay, in the next video. Till then, goodbye. If you have liked this lesson, please subscribe or put your thumbs up there, comment or share it with your friends. I think that will be a great idea and I'll be very thankful to you children. And I hope that you are enjoying this explanation. If you still have any doubt, you are most welcome to write in the comment box or email me and I will try to solve your question by giving either answer in email or in the comment box. So have a good day or good night. I would say it is quite late night now. I am doing this video for you. It is about 1 o'clock, 1:11 a.m. So children, good night for now. Thank you. Have a good night sleep. May God bless you. Bye for now. Bye.